Hello, hello. I hope you are having an incredible Thursday. Thank you so much for hopping on and joining me here. Today we're going to talk about how I get so much shit done so that you can learn from what I do and get so much shit done in your life. But first of all, it's been a little while since I've introduced myself on a video, and I do have a lot of new friends popping on here. So my name is Amanda Rose. I am the CEO and founder of the Infinite Power of You Inc., the co-founder of the No BS Biz Co. I'm a business, mindset, and wealth coach. I am a multi-published, multi-genre author with over 20 publications out. Let's see what else. I am an actor, motivational speaker. Basically, I wear a whole bunch of hats. So thank you so much for joining me here today. And so we can talk about this, because one of the things I always get constantly asked by everybody is, how do you get so much stuff done? Between having so many books out, I have over 30 courses out. In my life, I've lost over 130 pounds. Like, how do you do these things, Amanda? This is what I always get asked. And there tends to be this really big assumption that that I don't sleep. This is the number one assumption people have, is Amanda must just not sleep. She's just crazy and she'd go. But the truth is, I'm actually a projector, which means I don't have a lot of energy, which surprises a lot of people. But the truth is that I need a lot of downtime. I'm very much into the hermit lifestyle. I am very much into needing a lot of me time to rest and recoup and to really feel good and be in my flow. So because of that, I need to be really efficient with my time. And the truth is, and not everybody wants to hear this, but this is the truth. The truth is, most of us waste a lot of time. Most of us waste a lot of time doing the tasks that can feel productive but aren't. And that tends to be what we get into. I see this happen a lot with new entrepreneurs, especially ones that are bridging into the online space. There's this real tendency when we're getting into the online space, we can get into Facebook scrolling. Like, we know that, in terms of building reputation, marketing, and all of these things, that engaging in other people's posts, putting out your own content, etc., is beneficial. However, that can be a rabbit hole where people spend hours and hours and hours, and you feel like you've done a lot, but the truth is, it's not really progressing your business. So what we have to do is boil it down to, what are the things that are actually going to move the needle forward in your business, and with any other goal that you have, so that you can take progressive daily action, and it doesn't have to take a long time. So those are things that we really want to be looking at. And I believe it was in the book Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. I think it was in that one. It was interesting because the author had talked about how he was going to take a stopwatch into work. This is back when he was doing real estate. And he was going to time himself on when he was actually selling, basically, like when he was actually doing the things that were bringing money in. And I remember it was something quite shocking. Like, out of an 8-hour day, it was something like 9 minutes of actual, like, super duper productive, getting shit done work. And not that the rest of it necessarily was not doing anything, but it wasn't moving the needle forward in a big way. And he was like just blown away by the fact that it was such a negligible amount of time. And when we recognize this, and we can start to shift our patterns, what we're doing, what we're actually spending our time on, we can get things done. So for example, to give you guys an idea, right now, I'm working on, give me one second. Fire for your saga, manifesting, journal, no BS. I got 5 books on the go right now. I'm writing 5 books. I thought it was 4. It's actually 5, because I kept feeling like I was missing one, and I was. So I'm working on 5 books right now. I'm currently both in the middle of a launch and building the Keys to the Universe program. I am about to start building another program with my business partner, Tony. And, so there's a lot of irons in the fire, on top of the fact that I do work with several one-on-one clients. I've got a nice full roster of clients. And of course I need to be selling and marketing and doing all of those things. So it's like, whoa, how do you do all that shit and, not lose your mind? And the truth is, I break things down into little incremental bits so that I can get progress on all of them each day, but that it's not taking me long periods of time. So for example, one of the things that I implement in writing, is one of the things I teach in the Get Published workshop for writers, is when it comes to your book, write for 30 minutes a day. Either make the deal for 30 minutes a day or 1 page a day. If you're inspired, if you're in the mood to keep on going, great, but you would at least do the commitment that you've made. Now, currently, because I actually have so many book projects on the go, instead of doing 30 minutes, I'm doing my 1 page rule, because it's a more manageable with these multiple projects. I typically am not writing 5 books at the same time. This happens to be a little bit of a different situation, and one's a cookbook, one's a journal, so they're not quite in the same intensity as the full-on books. There's a couple of those, but there's some of them that are a little bit different. And my writer friends, you guys know. Anyway, so these are the things that are important to recognize is, how much time do you have to devote to each project, how many are you juggling, and then really disseminating how to show up to do that. It is really important that you have an environment where you're not going to have constant interruptions. That can definitely be my downfall if I get stuck in the rabbit hole. Like, I can't leave Facebook open while I'm doing this because I will get super distracted. However, we do need breaks in between. So I might write in 1 or 2 of the book projects and then take a break, go on Facebook, answer a message or 2, and then pop back. So it's a little refresher for my mind. It breaks up the day and it makes it a little more interesting. But ultimately, at this point, guys, I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. I mean, I've been full-time since 2013, so I've learned a lot in that time. But, it's not to say that you don't work hard, because I think there's a lot of bullshit out there where and it's one of those things where it's hard to talk about because it's everybody wants to believe in the quick switch, work, an hour a month and make $1 million. And that's been sold to us so many times. But the truth is, it does take some hard work. It does take dedication and showing up. You can absolutely build your business to the point where you're offloading a lot of this stuff so that you're not working crazy long hours. But really, at this point in my business, I'm typically working kind of like 11 to 4 most days. Some days even less than that, sometimes more like 11 to 2. It just really depends on the day, but ultimately, they are shorter work days, and it's because I built my business in a way where I'm very much going into the tasks. I'm not avoiding the things that are uncomfortable. And that's one of the hardest things in entrepreneurship is we tend to avoid the things that are uncomfortable. We tend to, let's say, for example, sales calls still make you really uncomfortable. Well, you're probably going to spend a lot of time dancing around actually having that conversation instead of just going to do it. At this point, I mean, my God, I've been in sales for over a decade. Like it's in my blood at this point. So I don't beat around the bush. If I'm like, I need to go and make some sales calls and I'm going to do like 5, I just go. And these are the things that are really important to know. It's like right now you're probably wasting a lot of time just with the discomfort leading up to it instead of just pulling the trigger and jumping in. So it's really important that we recognize that those are the time-sucking things, the things that you don't actually make any productivity with. So we want to be really very laser focused on, what is going to move the needle forward for me in my business with this goal so that I can like just poof, go forward and not get in my own way, and also reclaim your time, because that's something that's so important. And that doesn't mean you still won't have days where you're crazy. Like, if I'm in the middle of a launch, and my business partner, Tony's the same way. If we're in the last like kind of week of the launch, we know that, we're going to be working longer days. We're going to be, in Messenger on the DMs late at night. We're going to be having those conversations. We're going to be taking breaks in between, but we know that we're dedicated to it during a short period of time. But for the majority of, what I do in my business, to work on, like guys, I exercise every single day. I do my mindset practices every single day. I read every single day. I work on my business every single day. I write my books every single day. Like these are the things I've trained myself to do, but I don't kill myself at it. I pace myself. Because I pace myself, I actually get it done instead of burning out. And this is why, I can have a rough draft of a book done in like 2 months. It doesn't have to take a really long time. Now, of course, it depends on the book. I know all my Fire Fury people, I know you've been waiting. I've finally started writing Fire Fury Fate, and I'm really excited. We're actually about 25% of the way through writing it, so I'm anticipating it's coming out this fall, and I'm really excited for it. But, overall, I get things done pretty quickly, even though I'm not killing myself at them, because I'm consistent day in and day out. Consistency is my middle name. It's why I get so much done. It's why I make things work in my business, in my life. They happen because I commit to them. Very routine. My husband makes fun of me a little bit because it's very routine, but it works and I get things done. So I think it's really important to recognize what is it that you really want to accomplish in your life and in your business, and what are the daily things that you can do, like every single day that you can commit to do to make it happen. Again, if you've got more time or more energy, you can go beyond that, but have a minimum. Have a standard you set for yourself that this is the bare minimum, that I'm going to work on this goal every single day until it's a reality. Because when you approach it in that way, your life changes. It's completely different. So that's my secret sauce. That's the secret to making big things happen, to moving mountains. My mom always calls me the girl who moves mountains. And this, again, just not because I'm doing it in some big, boop, when we moved the mountain. It's kind of like water and how water erodes and creates things over time. It's that consistent pressure over time. It gets things done. So this is the secret sauce to make it happen. So there you go. And, if you're somebody who, you've been having these goals and dreams and you've had them for a really long time and you're wanting to bring them to fruition, highly, highly, highly recommend that you jump into the Success Habit Incubator. This has been incredible. We're not even done the second week, and the amount of progress that everybody that's jumped into there has made at this point is mind-blowing. So this is a 12-month Success Habit Incubator where you jump in, you get myself and my business partner, Tony. We're going to be there leading you. We're going to be there showing you how to set yourself up for success. You spend your first month figuring out what is it that you want to achieve, why do you want it, what stopped you in the past, how to get those things out of the way, and then how to reverse engineer those goals. And then we just go for it day in and day out for a year until it has happened in your life. That is exactly what we're doing. It is very powerful. This group is magnetic with its energy. Every day we pop in there, people are going live. They're talking about it. They're using it as a live diary. It's really fucking cool. So this is the group to be in. I'll post the link as soon as I hop off here. If you've got questions about it, absolutely let me know. This is where the magic sauce happens. When you surround yourself with the right people, when you're checking in, when you're doing the things, when you're consistent day in and day out, you will make massive progress and you'll get a ton of shit done. So there you go. I hope you have a wonderful day and we'll talk again soon. Bye.